We are ready. Oh my gosh.
We are live.
We are live. Welcome.
Yay.
Welcome to Business Spotlight, Leverage with Lee and Lisa. What we do here is we interview business owners and influencers, and we interview executives, and we ask them to give us their story and to give us some things that we can use perhaps in our own business. And we are so excited to have a fellow action coach today, Hala Dabboussy. And Hala, you can't see yet. Yes. So before we get started, I will introduce myself, tell you a little bit about me, and then co-host Lisa Raggio will share a little bit about herself. But for sure, at the end of our coaching time today, it's not a coaching time, it's a mastermind. It's not a mastermind, it's a business spotlight. We will tell you how that you can reach each of us and some of the things that we have to offer on those of you that are watching today. So I am Lee Gray, Action Coach, Business Coach, started my 6th year with coaching. I have a lot of experience in business development and marketing. I've owned 4 businesses, including this one. And I am located in Wichita, Kansas, in the land of Oz. And my co-host Lisa, if you would please introduce yourself and then introduce our amazing guest, Hala.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lee. I am Lisa Raggio with One True North Leadership and Business Coaching Solutions. My brother and I, Paul Raggio, we co-own One True North. It's located in Valencia, California, and that's about 30 miles north of downtown Los Angeles. And we are so happy to be a part of the Action Coach global family and community. And that's why it's even more fun to be interviewing Hala, one of our own today. Mm-hmm. And we're really passionate about helping people become maximizing their potential for their businesses, for themselves. And we're committed to doing that. I know all of us here are committed to doing that. So we can get started with Hala. Hala Dabboussy, my goodness. What's so fun about this interview is that Hala and my brother and I were all a part of the training where we were born into the Action Coach family together and had a wonderful experience doing that. And I want to read to you some background information about Hala and then get into our conversation, because what we always guarantee is some helpful tips for our business owners and leaders, and especially during this time to navigate through some challenging times. So with that, Hala. Since 2000, Hala has worked in Fortune 500 companies. She has an extensive local and international experience where she created, rolled out, managed, and executed hundreds of successful initiatives. She has over 15 years of experience with sales and marketing, training, and human resources, and Hala knows how to hold you accountable for quality and results. Hala believes that trust is a two-way street. In order for anyone to earn it, they must demonstrate it, and she always takes the first step in doing so. And she sees herself as an extension of your team. That's so important. She immediately steps in to raise the excellence bar and encourages you to go from good to great. And Hala, I wanted to say too that I love one of her biggest strengths is her get it done attitude. And I've been a firsthand witness to that. So with that, Hala, we would love to have you say a few words about who you are, what you do, how you serve, and then get into a good discussion.
First, I would like to say how excited I am to be part of your interviews. I've been watching all of your interviews. They are so much fun, so educational. And when you asked me, I was like, yes, 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 I want to be part of this. So thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited. And I look forward to having fun with you this morning. A little bit about me. I was born and raised in Lebanon, a country far, far away. I have worked in corporate America for more than 15 years. I have managed multiple roles. And almost 4 years ago, my husband had an opportunity to move to the United States. So we packed our lives. We used to live in Dubai before. So we packed our lives and moved here and started this life and this journey from scratch, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So I'm very, very blessed to be here. I'm very blessed to be to have met amazing people like you, Lisa, and like you, Lee, and everyone in the Action Coach community. And I'm very grateful for what I do every single day.
Excellent. You know, I've never asked you in our training too, what was it about the Action Coach family that you wanted to be a part of and become a franchisee?
So that's a funny story, because as I said, in my career or my previous background and experience, it was all about corporate. And back in corporate, you know, you were just a number. So I come from a nonprofit background. I was always involved in making a difference in people's life. I used to be part when I was back in Lebanon of a nonprofit that used to help reintegrate the Lebanese people, because after the civil war, people were fighting. So I was part of that. I was helping in a program to reintegrate the kids, you know, in the juvenile detention program, to help them reintegrate back in society. So that part of my life was a very important part of my life. And for me, when I was working with that program, with the juvenile detention program, and I was helping teach kids life skills and literacy and math and few skills that they can ditch their old life and go out and explore a better life. When these kids after the program used to come to me and, you know, crying, telling me that their life would never be the same because they have met me and I have changed their life in a positive way, that feeling, I kept it with me and I wanted to replicate it in everything that I do. And when I moved here, I decided that I want to, you know, hang my corporate cape and wear a different cape where I can make a better difference in real people's life. And honestly, when I was looking into it, I always joke, I can't sing, I can't act, I can't cook. So these things are out of the window. But the only thing I know is business. The only thing I know is helping people make good decisions. And because I was director of so many nonprofits, helping people and keeping them accountable was my main strength. And marry that to business, coaching seemed like a natural choice for me. And when I came across the Action Coach franchise, and I came across, you know, when I was doing my due diligence call, people are so genuine, so helpful, telling me things. They were not trying to hide things or trying to make things look like super nice. And it was a genuine conversation, and I bought into the people aspect. And then the tagline, real people, real results. It's not about anything else. And because of when I came from this background of really helping people, re-educating them, really our Action Coach vision is, you know, word abundance through business re-education. And this is what I'm all about, teaching people new skills to be better at what they do. So sorry about this long-winded answer, but this is what, you know, made me buy into the Action Coach vision, because it truly matches my own.
I'm so glad to hear it, because I didn't know that before. And what a lovely way to describe your why.
Yeah.
I was going to say, never apologize. I tell this to my clients and to myself, never apologize for your passion. Never apologize for this. So there's a little bit of coaching you get from me today, that when you're as passionate about something as you are about helping others and being an action coach, you know what? Spread the news. And if you talk more than you think you should, it's A-okay.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. So Hala, what have you discovered in your coaching business is, well, first of all, who's your target market? Who have you discovered for you are the right fit clients to be working with, that you can really maximize their potential?
I always find that the hardest question to answer, but at the same time, because I'm not looking for a specific industry, I'm looking for a specific character, for a specific individual who is always looking to always improve themselves and be better at what they are. someone who doesn't suffer from the I know disease, someone who is always willing to, improve and be better. So, but I do find that certain professions are more built into always improving themselves because this is what their profession requires them to do so. But again, I have been helping business owners across the spectrum, from the solopreneurs to the small to medium size. But if I have to define the common denominator, is that willingness to succeed and that hunger to be better every day. So, but if you want me to be specific, I'll specify and say probably lawyers have been one of the greatest ones because of their profession. They are required to keep improving their skills and knowledge.
Excellent. And you know what? You mentioned something that I think it would be great to articulate or expound about, the I know syndrome, because some of our first time viewers may not have heard about what does that mean, an I know syndrome.
Yes, it's this is the eye-opening thing for me is, when I'm trying to see if a client is a good fit and we're having that initial discussion, and if that person is always saying, oh, I know, this will never work for me, or I know, I've tried this and it's not good. So what this does is making like a learning block. So this means they are not open. They don't have an open mind to accept new ideas because, we know that those of us who have teenagers or were teenagers, if mom used to tell us something, why don't you do this? Or did you know that? I know, mom, I know. So what does that immediately tell me? That this person is not interested in the other person's point of view. But as we grow older, we become a lot more, polite about it. We cross our hands and say, So, but we still don't want to accept that new idea. So what we always teach at Action Coach is make sure that if we know something, don't say, I know, say, that's interesting. Tell me more about it. So keep that openness to expand your mind and learn more. You might be surprised that what you think you know comes in a completely different perspective and you might change your mind. So the I know disease is the one disease that I don't tolerate and I don't have a cure for. So go find the cure for it somewhere else.
That's good. Lee, what's your experience with that? Have you encountered the same thing?
I love the way she said that. I do talk about I know in every coaching situation, in every workshop that I do, because I feel like it's sort of it's kind of like, let's all agree to agree that if we already know everything, we should just maybe go someplace else and not participate, because 100% participation is saying I don't know everything. And like Hala said so eloquently, even if I do know it, if I haven't applied it, do I really know it? So that's a question. And as adults, the accountability piece that we offer as coaches helps them realize that the I know syndrome, if you're not being held accountable, it's because you think you already know everything.
Yeah.
And that's just not possible. I mean, all of us on this call have multiple coaches. I have a marketing coach, a mindset coach, a business coach. And that's not going to change anytime soon for me, because I know I don't know everything I know.
That's it.
Yeah.
And we never will. Continue to learn.
What did you say?
I was asking Lisa, do you encounter those I knows?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, personally and professionally. Yeah. And so it's been a great takeaway, to be able to say, okay, well, isn't that interesting? And it's an opportunity to, select, be more mindful of who it is that you can align yourself with. Because you're right, when somebody is fixated on that they know it all, then you know that you can't really build you can't build a future together in the way that you could grow something. There's not a lot of growth in I know. It's very stagnant. And that's a choice. Maybe that person wants to rest and I know for a while, and there's an opportunity in the future if they want to grow. But if you want to grow, you need to let go of the I know. I think I just made that up.
Oh, wow, rhyming. Love it. Write it down. We need it on a bumper sticker.
That's right.
Rest the I know for you to grow. I love it.
That's it.
There you go, Hala. Thank you for inspiring that. Hey, it made me think of something else, and I think that this is a good time to share if there's an opportunity. For you first, Hala, how has the pandemic and perhaps even multiple crises that we have faced in the year 2020 forced evolution? How has your coaching business had to pivot? And are there some unique selling propositions, your own USPs that have been created because of the crises?
Oh, wow. What an awesome question. This pandemic has been the best thing that has ever happened to me. And I don't say that lightly. I say that because I truly mean it, because it has forced me to step out of my comfort zone. It has forced me to reinvent myself as a business owner and as a coach. And I used to have all these limiting beliefs or ideas that I'm better in face-to-face and I don't do videos because, and I'm better at networking in person. All these things, suddenly I was not able to do. Or I get better results when I coach people face-to-face. All these things I had convinced myself they are key to my success. When suddenly these things have been interrupted drastically, like cold turkey, we cannot do any of these things, then I had to reevaluate how I'm doing things, why I'm doing things, and then change. So suddenly I have, 10x my activities. I had to shift everything from in-person to Zoom. I had to do so many things out of my comfort zone, like filming myself on video. This used to traumatize me, like posting things online, like with my face and the way I sound. I was self-conscious about how I look on camera, how I sound. I'm self-conscious about my accent. So everything's like, okay, I just need to do it. And luckily, as you said, Lee, we have to have coaches who are going to push us to do the right things. And my coach was like, okay, so what's the worst that could happen? Right? So I started posting and, the first one was not good, but then I was able to improve and learn from it. So I feel like I had the biggest growth during COVID. I had the biggest motivation during COVID because I'm part of a referral networking group, and the founder of that group said, I refuse to participate in a recession, and that really stuck with me. And then at the same time, when Brad Sugars mentioned, would you like to be fitter or fatter when you come out of this pandemic? I was like, yeah. So these kind of things fueled me to be better and fueled my wanting to succeed more than ever. So it has been, and my unique selling proposition is, so I mentioned that I grew up in Lebanon. I grew up in the Civil War. And for me, that has impacted big time how we pivot and become resilient and just, dust yourself off, pick yourself up, and then move on. And for me, I feel like I am that combat coach, like I'm with you in your trenches. I'm gonna lead the way. I'm gonna hold your hand and I'm gonna run with you to reach success together, because my client's success is my success. And I had to do a lot of self-discovery during this pandemic. We had a lot of time. We were not seeing many people. But again, I would like to give a shout out to every single person in the Action Coach community who with open arms, said, I'm here to help. What do you need? You know, countless conversations with open conversation with people like, how can I help you? And that alone has been a great support.
I love that.
That's
I
great.
love that. Lee, what about you? Is there something that comes to mind for you?
You know, by the way, Hala, I love your accent.
Thank you.
Um, People tell me I have a Southern accent, and I think I think I sound just, you know, pretty Kansas. But anyway, yeah, Lisa, actually, so for about a week into COVID, I was really excited, and then the second week I was like, bleh, how am I going to get new clients? How am I going to help people? We didn't lose any clients during COVID, but I did know, and many of the other coaches decided to for those people who were experiencing a revenue loss, to go ahead and coach them for free. And I ended up not, I had one client that I did that with, and that person is back up on top of the world. But many of the coaches said, I want to give something. So, and I do too. We want to give up to 4 or 5 hours of coaching, or something that we can give that doesn't cost anything. And, you know, Zig Ziglar always said, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. And I do know that that's true. So I decided to do a mastermind group. So it's a mastermind group that starts at 8 o'clock every Thursday on Central Time. It's only a half an hour, and anybody can join. They come in and they get best practices and share ideas with other business owners, and kind of like the same audience that we have here. And it's been wonderful. And I'm not earning anything from it financially, but I am earning so much in my heart with it. So I think that has helped. But what that's done is it's given me even more confidence around what I do in coaching. That, and then I think this interview too. We started this interview process because of COVID. We wanted to figure out and share the stories of others and how they were coming through COVID. And so this has turned into something magical. So those are, I would say, my pivots. And a lot on Zoom. I will have done some things on Zoom. You know, I was okay on camera before, but now it's really, I've made my practice and everything really accommodating to be able to coach people virtually. So those things.
Yes. You know, and both of you, it's funny, both of you on this call, Hala, you were an inspiration because of what you jumped into early on in COVID in regards to what you were doing in the interview, Facebook Live, and so on. And then Lee, you know, coached me through. She knows my reluctancy. I hesitated for a long time to be on camera for all the reasons that we, you know, we know about. But it's been a great opportunity to develop new muscle and to build up confidence. Mm-hmm. And you know, I think for me, you know, personally, one of the things that happened during COVID is with a group of ladies in our community, we created Women Empowering Women in Leadership. And we had our ideas of who was going to be, you know, women leaders who were going to be helping us in certain areas. But because of all the stuff that went on, we pivoted every single one of those presentations to be relevant to what was going on at that particular time, whether it was your mindset, racial and social unrest, diversity and inclusion, imposter syndrome, which is something we all, most people I know question, am I a fraud, or am I going to be found out? And all of those things, confidence basically. And then Pop and I think we really realized, I think we honed in the last 2 months of what we were able to discover in this forced evolution between the COVID planning phases, a tool that, you know, we developed through ActionCOACH, and then we really put our blueprint on it in regards to how you can be navigating through each phase during this time as a business owner, personally and professionally. And then with my background in working with psychologists for 20 years and learning from them, coming up with some tools in which business owners can navigate through, you know, it's always important to name where you're at, where you're feeling, articulate that, use it with your teams for how you can be coping through this and helping each other. And we really honed into then on our USP, our unique selling proposition, is our commitment to dig deep and over get business owners and organizational leaders to talk about and think about their commitment statements and refresh them or create them from your vision, mission, purpose, points of culture, goals. And all three of those things on our COVID-19 resource page, I'll tell my our website in a minute, but we have those three visuals on our website because those have been really helpful for us that we've discovered through this time, and what it is that we can share with our clients is a visual to help them navigate through this time. So I know we're coming up to almost the end. Hala, of course, it's going to go by fast with you because you're so engaging and vibrant and
Sorry.
It goes by so fast. Can't believe it. I wish it could go on for more. And Lee and I are committed for our audience that we stay on time. But one more takeaway question for you regarding a takeaway. Has there been a good book, a good podcast? You know, what I love about Action Coach 2 is they really emphasize learning and continuous learning, and all about, you know, every single week, you got to be learning something new if you want to stay at the top of your game. So has there been one thing that somebody listening to us that they could read or listen to or watch that you think has been beneficial?
Yes, absolutely. This has been a book that have helped me a lot through COVID. It's not COVID related. If you haven't read the book, I suggest you read it, and I suggest you listen to it in an audiobook. And that's the Chris Voss book of Never Split the Difference. That's an awesome book about, you know, Chris Voss is the #1 hostage negotiator in the world. And read it, first listen to it, because you're gonna want Chris Voss saying things in his own voice, and it's so powerful. And at the same time, keep the book, get the hard copy, because you would want to go back and say, how did he approach that? Because it is fascinating. It's all about dealing with people and how to connect with people on an emotional level, and how to, the most important piece is how to move from the counterfeit yes to, you know, the black and white, the objective yes kind of thing, to the true committal yes when talking to people. And many people, you know, struggle, like, can I ask for the sale during COVID? Is it okay? Sometimes we just need to know what exactly that people are asking for, and then ask them the right question to get to the committal yes from them, and not just the counterfeit yes, which is like, yeah, sure, you know, this is not what we want. We want someone who said, I am 100% committed to changing my life and getting to the success that I want. And these are the kind of people that we want to get with. So get the book, listen to the book, read the book. It's gonna change the way you do business. Whichever industry you are part of, it's gonna help you somehow.
Excellent.
Great advice.
And how can people get a hold of you and find out more about you and get your help?
Oh, you can find me anywhere in social media. Honestly, you can. I am on Facebook, Hala Dabboussy. LinkedIn is the best way to reach out to me. It's my name is written here at the top of the screen, Hala Dabboussy. Or you can search on Instagram, which is Holler for Hala. So I can I'll put the contact details for you to find me. But I'm available anywhere. Or you can email me at haladabboussy@actioncoach.com.
Great.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Lee, how about you?
You can find me also on LinkedIn, Lee Gray, Action Coach, and also on kansasbizcoach.com, my website, and my email, leegray@actioncoach.com. Also, do a search on Eventbrite for Action Mastermind and join us on Thursday morning and see what you get out of that. So I would really encourage as many people as possible to attend. My goal is to reach 99 people on that call. So imagine up to 99 people, you get to have advice from at least 3 of them during that time. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much. And to find out more about what we do, you can go to onetruenorthcoach.com. And as I mentioned there, we have a COVID-19 resource page. We put that there, accumulated information for our business owners to be navigating through this challenging time. But read our testimonial page too. Lots of information about who we are, what we do, and how we serve. And LinkedIn and Facebook, we also have One True North pages that we'd love for you to visit and like and learn
And
from
guess
there.
what?
So
We have a
this has been
Business Spotlight Facebook page. I forgot about that. We have a
Yes.
Business Spotlight Facebook page. So that's where this is posted live, and then we share it on all of our other platforms. But Business Spotlight, join us here and tell your friends, because we're making that a learning leverage also, in addition to all of our interviews that we are doing are going to be on there. So, and next week, our guest is Denise Paul, who has been in business for 12 years, and she has a carpet cleaning business that she started from scratch. She has a great story, and she is also pivoting during COVID. You can imagine that no one wants you in their home right now, and they are figuring out ways to be very successful. So it's going to be a great interview.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Well, it's
Wonderful. Well, Hala, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisa and Lee, for having me. I love you both.
We love you. Tell everybody bye. Wave your pretty hands, everyone. And we are over and out. See you in a week.